Good morning. It is Tuesday, January 26th, and the start of a new weekly reading vlog. So, as I wrapped up last week's reading vlog, I'm about halfway through Priory, the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Again, this one's gonna take a minute. I've been reading it for over a week, and I'm just now halfway through. So it's taking a minute, but that's because it is quite a chunky book, but I am thoroughly enjoying it. It took about 25 to 30% to really feel like I was oriented and like I knew the characters, knew the different parts of the world, knew what was going on. But I'm loving this book. I love the writing, the characters are fascinating, the politics is fascinating. So I'm having a great time with that one. I'm also listening to The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is a buddy read with Sarah from Sarah's Reading Nook, who I will leave linked down below. She's absolutely delightful. I love watching her videos. They're always so calming and just fun, and her editing is always on point. Anyway, I'll leave her link down below, but she and I are reading The Song of Achilles, and I'm really enjoying it so far. As I said, I'm listening to the audiobook, and I'm a quarter to a third of the way through, I think. I'll need to double check how far I am through, but definitely having a great time listening to that one so far. The writing is absolutely gorgeous, and this one just follows Achilles and Patroclus and their story. From Greek mythology. And I really loved Circe, so I was definitely very excited to read The Song of Achilles. So yeah, that's gonna be the main priorities this week. I don't think, hope maybe I can get through Priory of the Orange Tree, who knows. Maybe, if I finish, I'll finish Song of Achilles at some point this week. Maybe after that, if I only finish on Priory of the Orange Tree, I'll be able to finish it by the end of the week, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see if I feel like picking up something else, or if I just want to focus on that until I've finished it. But anyway, yeah, I will check in later this week. Good morning. It is Monday, February 1st, so I'm going to wrap up this reading vlog. I meant to check in this weekend after finishing The Song of Achilles, but did not. But I did finish The Song of Achilles this week. Absolutely loved it. As I mentioned, I was doing it as a buddy read with Sarah from Sarah's Reading Nook, which was a lot of fun. I also was able to join for part of the live show, so I'll be sure to link that down, as well as Sarah's channel. It was such an interesting discussion, so I had a good time listening to that. But this was such a good book. I really enjoyed Madeline Miller's book Circe, and so I thought I would really enjoy this one. And I did. The writing is just astoundingly gorgeous. I love her writing style. It's very simple but very elegant and beautiful at the same time, and she does such a good job painting the scene, painting the setting. The characters feel so real, and I absolutely love the relationship between Patroclus and Achilles. So this is an imagining of the story between Patroclus and Achilles, if you're not familiar with this story. And I'm not too familiar with Greek mythology, but I still have had such a fun time, even as a Greek mythology newbie. I've had a good time reading Madeline Miller's books. And yeah, so it's the relationship between these two characters, them growing up, the Trojan War, etc. And they just feel so real. I love the relationship between them. There are a whole cast of other just interesting characters from Greek mythology from around that time. I had such a good time with it. There definitely are some weird things that happen because Greek gods are just weird. I don't know. And so there are a few things that happen sometimes that I'm like, did that really just happen? That doesn't make any sense. But it's such a good time, and definitely would recommend, even if you're not necessarily a fan of Greek mythology. I personally just love her writing so much, and it's so fun sometimes to just explore the world of Greek mythology through the writing of a modern writer. Anyway, really good time with that one. I also was continuing with Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through, still absolutely loving this world and the politics and the characters. It's definitely ramping up. It's not a particularly fast moving fantasy, but it is still definitely a political fantasy with a bunch of just twists and turns and things happening. And I'm definitely excited to continue and see what happens next. And yeah, I'll talk more about it next week as well, once I hopefully finish it next week. But it follows a couple, well, multiple places around this world, and they have different kinds of dragons that exist in these different parts of the world. They have different relationship to dragons and magic, and the West has more fire-breathing dragons. They're very, very scared of them. There's a different stuff in religion and mythology that surround dragons and a bunch of other stuff in this world. The East has water dragons, and they worship the dragons as gods. There are people who are chosen to be dragon riders, and it's just interesting to see the dynamics between the two, and the East and West might need to team up to defeat the Nameless One. And it's been so intriguing. I really love the characters a lot, and it's just fun to follow the twists and turns. And the West, you kind of follow a court life situation, and in the East you follow someone who's becoming a dragon rider. You follow a whole cast of characters though, as these political machinations are underway. It's been a ton of fun. I also, after finishing the Song of Achilles, picked up Master of One, and this is by Jada Jones and Danny Bennett, and I'm 150 pages in, so not a ton of thoughts yet, but the story follows Rags, who is a thief, and the royalty in this world need him to steal some Fae relics, and so he is basically forced to go steal some Fae relics. Of course, things get complicated, and this where it kind of goes from there. I'm having a fun time with it so far, and physically reading while listening to the audiobook for the most part. Sometimes just listening to the audiobook, but anyway, I've had a fun time with it so far. So that's my reading for the week. And yeah, how's your reading week been? Let me know if you've read any of these books. And of course, subscribe for more bookish content, and I'll leave my Twitter and Instagram link down below. That's where I like to hang out. I'll also leave more information about how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.